Hello, welcome to Dungeon Bros Podcast. I'm your host Justin. So today we're reviewing another found footage movie. The movie we're reviewing today is Butterfly Kisses, which is directed by Erik Kristopher Myers, who directed a 2012 movie called Roulette, and the movie stars. Wow, they're not even giving me the. Yeah. Rachel Armiger, Reed Delisle, Eduardo Sánchez, the director of Blair Witch Projects, is in the movie for like one scene. And they're not showing me the full cast. So, Gavin York as himself. What the fuck? Yeah, and Corey Okochi as Self. Oh, here it is. Seth Adam. So the movie, I don't know. I was checking online for what cool found footage movies, and this popped up on like a couple people's lists of really cool found footage movies out, and I checked it out, and it's kind of a mixed bag for me. Before I get into that, I should explain what the movie's about. The movie's about this Gavin York guy who is basically a failed filmmaker. He does wedding, videos for a living. Lives with his, I think it was wife and his kid. But he's not really making a lot of money, and his in-laws have to front for a lot of the bills, unfortunately. So what ends up happening is that his in-laws move into a new place, and they find this box of old videotapes, old videotapes from 2004, and they give it to Gavin. Gavin goes through it, and he's shocked on what he saw, which is about inside the video tapes. There's like footage from a student film by these two college film school students, Sophia and Feldman, and throughout the movie you get cuts of their movie, right, which is about this urban legend called the Peeping Tom, where if you go at this tunnel in this town at midnight and stare down the tunnel unblinking for an hour, Peeping Tom will show up, which is this guy in black raincoat, top hat, very reminiscent of the Babadook, and obviously the whole urban legend kind of feel. It gives it this Slender Man feel to the movie as well, and it was the thing where I was really into their story, right? And Gavin, he doesn't have money to put this footage out there, so he has this documentary crew following him around as he's showcasing. I forgot to mention that, showcasing off an edited version of the Butterfly Kisses movie, which is what the movie is called. Their student film is called, as well as the title of this film, which Butterfly Kisses is when you and another person rub your eyelashes against each other for whatever, right? Have I ever done that? I can't remember if I ever did, but yeah. And because Peeping Tom, Peeping Tom, if you can do it, Peeping Tom shows up, and every time you blink, he'll get closer and closer to you until he gets right up in your face and kills you, right, with a heart attack or whatever, right? So obviously, the Peeping Tom character in the student film is real, but because the footage comes from this unreliable source, our character Gavin is having a hard time proving to people, hey, this is real, and he takes it to ghost hunters. They think it's fake. He takes it to experts they think is fake. He takes it to like one of the so-called experts who was in the original found footage film, right? And he doesn't remember anything from the interview. He doesn't remember the people, and he sees the footage. He thinks it's fake, right? Right. So what ends up happening is Gavin goes crazy. The documentary crew that are following him don't know how to end the movie. They don't have anything concrete to end their footage from. So they have Gavin go on like a radio interview and get ambushed by Eduardo Sánchez, who calls him and tells him he's an idiot for trying to tell people, hey, this is real. Because eventually the actors will come out, which the actors are dead, and the people who were in the film, nobody can find them, right? So at first you kind of hate Gavin, but near the end you kind of feel for him, and this causes Gavin to have a mental breakdown. His wife and child leave him. He goes to the tunnel by himself to prove that, hey, this shit's real, and he goes missing for 2 weeks, and he's found dead, right? And that's when the film gets really good, right? And they found a bunch of footage that he was filming himself around the clock, but you never get to see the footage. You get to see the end of the Butterflies film student project, where the one girl thinks she finds a way to beat the Pimpy Tom character, right? And that's how the movie ends. So it's the thing where the movie doesn't. Here's the thing. Yeah, the footage from the movie, in my opinion, should have went one or two ways. Either we followed. You take out the documentary shit, which I personally hate the documentary feel in these found footage movies. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, it works if you're doing a crime documentary, right? But when you're trying to do supernatural, I don't know. I'd rather just have the adventure, in my opinion. So that's the whole. What I like about found footage movies is that they're very immersive, and you feel like you're with these characters on their adventure, right? So to me, I would have preferred that. And the other way they should have went is half the movie was the Gavin mental break, and then the other half of the movie we followed the documentary film after Gavin's death, and we go through their journey, right? Because obviously near the end of the movie they're starting to feel like this shit's real too, right? And that they're outside of the tunnel, right? And the fact that the movie just ends, it's so dumb. It's just why you had something going here, and then it just ends. That's the problem with a lot of American found footage movies, and it's just they tease you, and then nothing really interesting happens until the last 20 minutes, which the last 20 or 30 minutes of the film, right? The final act, which is so dumb. This is why I prefer what's his name's found footage movies better. Which the guy who directed Noroi, The Curse, Cult, 2013's Cult, and Cult 2009 was also good. But the problem with his movies are the special effects are shit. Where the special effects in this movie were actually pretty cool. When you actually see the Peeping Tom character up close and personal, that was cool. And when you had the one guy, the Bigfoot film analyst guy, contact him and tell him, hey, if you look closely at Peeping Tom's eyes, you can see what looks like what would have been his point of view on the other side of the tunnel, and you can see the dude with the camera. So that was really cool. But other than that, it's like it's the thing where this movie, it just fucking like it just like cock teases you, and you don't really get like a satisfying finish. Sorry to get dirty with it, but it's like, yeah, this movie was a little disappointing. But I would love if there was a sequel to this film, which I doubt there's going to be, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. If I were to give this movie a rating, it's probably it's probably a 6 out of 10. If you're a fan of found footage movies, you love the mockumentary style, which I personally hate the mockumentary style, you'll probably enjoy this movie. But yeah, it wasn't. It's a thing where like it was this close to being like the Ring, the Ring and shit, because it got really close. Yeah, it was getting this Ring feel where there's like this deep fucking supernatural mystery, and they just drop everything at the end. It's like, oh my god, this sucks. But yeah, I don't know. So that's it for this review. Yeah, let me know what you think about this film, and if you think I'm wrong and this movie's great, let me know in the comments. All right, guys. Oh, and if you have any interest, if you have any suggestions on great found footage movies, or even shitty found footage movies, even though most of the time when I watch a shitty found footage movie, I don't review it because it's like, whoa, what's the point, right? So yeah, if you want to know some of the shitty found footage movies I've seen, I did buy a review. Gags the Clown, that sucked, even though it was getting pretty. There was some really cool elements to it. You can watch it for free on YouTube. There's the Bodem movie, which that was fucking terrible. What else? There's the one where you think there's the one from like that was about the 70s of these French documentary couple go to check out the Swiss Alps, and they're following this group of scientists and stuff, and you think like there's going to be like they're investigating like aliens or whatever, because there's like animal mutilations going on in this Swiss mountain, and it turns out to be like fucking like vampire bat monsters. It's like, what the fuck? That was, I don't know, that movie was actually pretty cool. I can't remember the title, but it was the thing where like, oh, I was expecting it to be about aliens, and it's about like vampire bats. So that sucks, Or my second guess, it was going to be about like Abominable Snowman, which I've yet to see a found footage movie with Abominable Snowman. Alright guys, that's it for this review. My next horror movie review is probably going to be whatever movie I'm going to review for April Fool's Day, which I think there's a couple horror movies about April Fools. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, for April Fool's Day I'm going to review a movie, April Fool's theme movie. Alright guys, that's it.